In 2009, Oregon Tech's Engineers Without Borders, EWB, student chapter began their work in Hanga, Tanzania. Through a variety of projects, EWB focused on providing the Hanga Abbey and outlying areas with clean drinking water. In 2011, the Oregon Tech EWB crew started Phase 1 of the slow sand water filtration system for the Hanga Abbey. During this particular stage of the project, the EWB crew constructed a concrete slab to serve as the foundation for the slow sand water filter. During the summer of 2012, Oregon Tech faculty and student volunteers returned to Hanga to begin Phase 2 of the project. This video depicts the efforts of those men and women who worked on the second phase of the slow sand water filtration system. 9 people from various walks of life engaged in 3 weeks of work to further support the EWB mission in Hanga. This was their experience.
Nakupenda kwa moyo wote, nchi yangu Tanzania, jina lako ni tamu sana, jina lako na kuota wewe, niamkapo ni heri mama we. Tanzania, nakupenda kwa moyo wote. 1, 2, oh. Tanzania, ninapokwenda safarini, kutazama maajabu, biashara nayo makazi.
Some rocks break scissors. I win.
Taweza kusahau mimi mambo mema ya kwetu kabisa. Tanzania, nakupenda kwa moyo wote. Tanzania, watu wengi wanakusifu. Siasa yako.
In a word, describe the ride from
Dar to Hanga.
Dar to here.
Is ow count?
Ow. Okay, that's a good one, I think.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Chaos.
Chaos. From our end or their end?
Painful.
Our end. It's organized chaos from their
Them.
end.
Okay. As in any great adventure, the crew face various obstacles and challenges in their quest to fulfill the second phase of the project. Language and cultural issues coupled with limited resources made the project increasingly difficult.
The vocational school, the trade school, has formed all these blocks over the past 6 months. We have different types of blocks. We have the hollow blocks and then the solid bricks. They're what the filter is going to be made of. They're just transporting them about 5 miles up a windy dirt road to the top of a mountain.
I see there was an accident. Are you having to be very careful with these blocks so that you don't break them?
The people here in Hanga don't ever use the hollow blocks, the concrete masonry units. They use the solid bricks. So getting them to make these bricks or the blocks hollow was a challenge and something new for them. They're also obviously fragile and need to take extreme caution trying to drive up the road with the tilting of the loads and packing of the bricks.
On day 2, the crew discovered that the blocks are not the same width. Adam, can you explain
Sure.
what's going on here?
Yeah. So the village made these blocks for us, and as you can see, there's quite a difference in the width. So when you're trying to make a wall and stack the wall up in a uniform height, it's kind of a problem when they're different by over an inch.
What are you going to do?
We're going to have to try and organize all the blocks that are the same height in different piles, and then start and do a level of blocks that are all the same height. What we may end up having to do is to use mortar and build up these blocks to meet these blocks so everything's level. Concrete mixer. Will that come up?
Being one of the founding members for the project, it makes a difference when, instead of joining a project that's already been started, but I got to mold and shape this project and actually design part of it. So it's different for me in that I'm not starting something that has already begun, but I was one of the starting members. So this project is different than any of the other projects, because the other ones were replacing wells that had already broken down for a long period of time, but this one was putting in a new piece of infrastructure that hadn't existed before.
Now, I heard David talking to a brother about that this sort of filtration system is used in Salem, Oregon.
They just use it for pre-treatment for drinking water, or secondary treatment for wastewater, but it doesn't require power, and the ones in the States are also a lot larger. Like when you go online and you Google slow sand filter, you come up with pictures of like 5 football field sized slow sand filters all in the same area, and so those ones are a lot bigger and they get the job done, but it's a starting place for a place like Hanga. The water's there, it's just not clean.
Groundwater doesn't have the access to light and sometimes oxygen that surface waters do, so it won't have the same bacterial contamination. Groundwater can have mineral issues, but it won't have the same human health component.
Wow, a lot got done.
We have all 4 corners. Corners are always the hardest to set, but with the corners now, and hopefully either more masons, either from the village or from the trade school, or more trowels so that our students can become self-taught masons, we'll start to make more rapid progress. Now, because of some of the challenges with the rebar spacing, we're thinking that we'll start on the side closer to the road, because we may try some more unique approaches to getting steel in the right place. We may try doing some bends of the steel within the wall to get steel where we need it. And it's easier for us to do that while we're here than to explain that and be confident that it's happened after we leave.
It's Friday, day 5. What's the agenda today?
Laying block.
What do you mean by laying block? So are the engineers going to be laying the block with the mortar?
If there are trowels.
Okay, so you have some equipment issues.
That would be a good way to describe it.
Okay. Do you have high hopes for today?
Of course.
Okay.
We're going to finish at least one cell.
So why did you two decide to be a part of this project?
It's kind of 2 main reasons. Big one is because I want to do water engineering for a career, and this is a water engineering project. But then a bigger one is because I'd like to work in developing countries like this, so I wanted to get some experience abroad.
Yeah, but why did you come, Aaron?
I came because last year, well, it was a year and a half ago when Greg was showing me the drawing of the project and explaining it to me. I thought, wow, that would be a lot of fun to be a part of. And then when I heard that they only had the slab done, and this year they were going to be actually building the walls, I figured I could do that. I've done that before, so I figured manual labor I can do. They can be the engineers, and I can provide the labor. So.
And this is your vacation?
This is my vacation. 100%.
Wow.
No internet, no email, no phone calls. I truly think it's a vacation. Even if I have to work, it's a vacation.
It's kind of what I want to do with my life anyway, is be here in places where they really need my help and help people, and it's kind of a once-in-a-life opportunity to come. How often do you travel halfway across the world?
As the crew continued to work on building the walls of the filter, other members shared their talents by working throughout the Abbey. Becca and David worked in the dispensary.
Tee shots. There's a series of 3. So.
Oh, very good. And they get all of this done here?
Yes.
Wow.
It's about 100 to 200 shillings, which the exchange rate 1,500 shillings to the dollar, probably about a couple pennies.
You're so cute. Professor Terry Torres raises bees and spent time explaining the process of beekeeping with brothers from the Abbey.
When I work on my bees, like if you're my bees, and I can hear them get mad, they'll start bzzz, then all I have to do is step back like this, and they forget. And then I can come close again, and I can listen to them and tell when they're going to sting me.
What does the site look like today?
We have the start of 2 interior walls, and we have continuous perimeter 2 blocks high.
Okay.
We're getting a concrete mixer delivered today, and that will be the final piece of the puzzle to get the project going smoothly.
Prognosis.
Positive, not negative. I think we'll get closer to finishing our goal than we thought we would.
Really? Okay. This is sounding a lot better than it was yesterday. So, like Adam mentioned, when they bring the concrete, don't worry about it. When they bring the concrete,
Easy for you to say.
concrete mixer up, then you'll really start making progress, right?
Yeah, we changed our design on the center walls a little because they wanted to do it their way, which wasn't our way, but it turns out that it should be able to work.
Okay, Cameron, it's day 6. Explain to me what you guys have accomplished here. Looks like a lot.
Yeah, so far we've gotten a full course around the whole perimeter, and we've started to set the inside walls of 2 of the cells, and there still leaves 1 more inside wall. And basically, we've left as you can see, there's probably show it. There's a gap in the middle there, and that's going to be filled in with concrete. And then we're going to lay lengthwise along that, and then put 2 more and fill it in with concrete to kind of connect, so the wall is connected, and we don't have vertical seams where there'd be discontinuities in the wall. And then we've tied all the rebar, and we've started to set a second course.
What do you guys think of today?
It was really slow because we were running out of stuff. Sand came in the morning, so it kind of saved us a little, but not having cement and pretty much putting concrete in as the masons lay the block. One thing that Adam noticed, that he'll testify to, is that when we sit around and we're waiting for them to work, they don't work. Or they do,
fast.
But it's very slowly.
They just saw us cleaning out the wheelbarrows, and they thought they were done for today.
What has this experience taught you?
It's taught me the importance of communication, regardless of language barriers. It's taught me that you can only expect the amount of hard work you're willing to put in yourself. So getting everyone to perform and show up on time and work hard all day is set, the example set by us. Also, there have been times where there's been long periods of silence or mumbling amongst themselves, and really jumping in there and just asking what's wrong, what are you talking about, because I can't understand you. And you find out that they're going about the plan their own way, and that's going to take more time, and they're waiting on this, that, or the other thing, which has nothing to do with our plan. So communicating with them, asking what's wrong, what are their issues when they're communicating amongst themselves, and just being able to realize the nonverbal communication aspect of it seemed to really keep them on task, and also therefore keeping us on task.
What has this experience taught you, if anything?
Well, I think it says I should have been an engineer back 20 years ago. Because I enjoy doing it, and I know a lot of what they're saying and the terms, and I've done a lot of this in the past because of my grandfather and my dad, and so I think it really confirmed that I should have been an engineer.
Okay, so if David said, Aaron, we're putting together a team for 2013, would you be willing to come back and finish this project? Would you come?
You bet. Most definitely. Even on my vacation time, if that's the way it is.
So for every single block, you've had to soak them prior to installing them?
Pretty much. There have been a few that have been installed without soaking, but almost every single block in the filter will be soaked before it gets placed.
And this is your soaking machine?
This is one of them. We had barrels before, but they used the barrels to transport water. So they brought the tub up because that's what they used down at the Abbey.
On the top of that hill?
They get what we're doing. I think once they get through that, I think things will start going, and this project will take off and it'll finish here quickly.
Do you think this is it for you?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
On the final day of the project, the crew felt confident they were leaving the project in good hands. Workers from the Abbey will continue building the walls so that when the crew returns next summer, they can begin the third and final phase of the project. During this phase, they will fill the filter with sand, connect the piping, and construct a roof over the system. Initially, the system will treat water for the people of the Abbey. Future expansions and technology transfer are expected to aid up to 25,000 people.
Okay.
Welcome again.
See you.
Wednesday.
Thank you.
What do you guys think? This is our last ride down, at least this year.
I won't miss this ride.
My back is thanking me already.
There's much to be done here. And I think your work, our work, it all works together.
I think it's been worth it. I think it's I think the Engineers Without Borders principles and outward work they've been involved in is something I would like to be involved in as a professional in the future, to continue to use my education to pay it forward. So that's been good, and also never having come to Africa, it's been a great eye-opening experience.
Rotary International is one of many supporters of the project. Klamath Sunrise Rotary and Klamath County Rotary Clubs help fund the project through their generous donations. A grant by geoengineers assisted with travel expenses. Private donations were also made by community members. If you would like to make a donation to further support Phase 3 of the project, contact Professor David Thamer.